Nakakatawa yung history niya. Sir, mga niya natin po tayo. Kwento ko po sa kanila, itong Pasig sa Manila area, kaya gumamit yung basura kasi may portion dito na mababaw dahil yung ilalim yung tigas ng tubig. Kaya ang lalim 2 meters lang, mapakalaan yung barge. Ngayon, para masolve mo yan, kailangan babasagin yung adobe. Pagkabasa yung adobe, yung 6 meters, pati basura mo naman. Paano mo babasagin yung katigas na bato sa ilalim ng river? Kami yun, meron rin yung kaso na yun. Para pagawa rin yun, paano ka kapag 2 meters ang lalim yan, kailangan mo at least 6 meters, 4 meters yung babasagin mo. Sir, alam ba yung pambasa namin yan, hindi pa Pilipino marunong niya. Tatay company, Dredging ang gagawa niya. Babasagin niya. Hindi mo sir, percussion, parang ching, boom! Boom! Parang building, pagawa ng fire. So, babasagin niya lahat yung lalim nun para haputin ng bako. Makakita ko sa yung bako natin. Yung araw ay barge. Rectangular. Start yung bako ng araw. 6 meters ang lalim ng gaya ng bako. Mabilis ang trabaho kasi yung crane. Sir, ang crane. 15 minutes isang gano'n. Yung bako, 30 seconds isang gano'n. At yung bako, nakakakamura yung crane. Yung crane, mahal yung crane. Kaya sir, parang tulad ko kasi nyo sa Metro Manila, dinisip ko. May gintuwata dyan sila. Boss tayo. Lagi mo ng petrol na kailangan. Pero di ba maganda yung mamaya papakita natin sa inyo yung video. Nakuyahan na makikiti. Puro-puro ng sura. Nakinis namin kami ng bilis. Bilis. Meron kami video papakita. Sierra Madre, dumarating na rin kung bakit nagbabara, nakita rin siya. Bakit nagbabara, bakit nagbabaha yung Marikina? Bakit? Puro bato. Puro bumaksak na bato galing sa Sierra Madre, nag-block. Tapos nag-inisip natin, gumagawa tayo ng roll. The more we mega dive, the more we tumaas. Tapos sa provision, village, saan-saan. Samantalang kailangan. Ay sila ni Mara. Magpadala kita ng marks na ganyan. Tignan mo sila. Capacity, pero sige na gano'n. Nagkatabi sila. Ang mahal na gumagawa. So, for support ko kasi
access, they're fully committed in their advocacy to the rivers.
I did mga 2 weeks ago, kaya
Waiting for the vaccine schedule. Pwede na ba kami sa A4? Di ba government? Mapapalitan ko pa kasi dito pa kami dahil. Okay.
Nasa na naman na pa kasi yung sa amin.
A4 pero 450 lang yun. Okay na. A4 naman. Ito kaya makapagawa na.
San Miguel is also aiming to be more involved in rehabilitating the Pasig and Miguel rivers in the coming years. This is in line with SMC's vision na sama-sama sa pag-unlad. Dredging, CNN, Philippines.
Rainy season is coming very soon. Most affected are Metro Manila's low-lying areas. Ang otan, nakabot na bukas ng Espada. Possibly ang Manila area is the Yakan River. The shallow irrigators due to certain garbage. And the river's excess water floods surrounding communities.
High tide and torrential rain is a recipe for disaster.
San Miguel has been working round the clock, dredging, widening, and cleaning up the Yakan River by deploying more state-of-the-art equipment, including an amphibious excavator. The conglomerate is using it for the river's shallow areas. They will also use a suction cutter after removing solid garbage. It will dredge silt and mud from the river. They're also deploying 6 backhoes and dump trucks and advanced hydrographic survey systems, like high-precision drones, echo sounders, among many others.
It simplifies the manager's appraisal of the work of this group. A clean river improves the health and well-being of the residents.
Nearby residents are welcoming the project.
Yung mga bangka kasi, gawa nung natin, yung mababaw yan, hindi sila nakakapasok dahil yung pension nila, tumatama sa pagkailalim ng pero ngayon nakakapasok sila.
Ang gano'n parang hindi tutulog ng baha, grabe. Kasi minsan binabaha na yan, nagtaasang na kami ng bahay dyan.
SMC has already cleared out over 2 kilometers of the river. Its goal is to finish 11.5 kilometers before 2023. President and CEO Ramon Ang says SMC is committed to its advocacy of cleaning up major rivers and helping cities with flood mitigation. San Miguel will be involved in rehabilitating more waterways, such as the Pasig and Marikina rivers in the coming years. Rex Remigio, CNN, Philippines.
With the darkness on the bright side, the key to succeeding in any goal, be it big or small, is consistency. And when it comes to big goals, let me just plan and ambitious as moving up the path of labor. Its real operation isn't about that radical challenge. In cooperation with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, SMC aims to remove 600,000 tons of garbage and a accumulated minimum of plastic waste. It will extract 50,000 tons of trash every month, and at no extra cost to the government. As President Ramon controlling within its banks, especially during heavy rains. Currently, SMC is also cleaning up the 27-kilometer Japanese river system to help residents living in flood-prone areas such as Malabon, Valenzuela, Caloocan, Navotas, San Luis, and Bulacan province. Despite the hard work ahead, SMC doesn't mind the heavy lifting, keeping steadfast in its goal to cleaner and greener future. I'm San Juan,
Good morning, everyone. May I request everyone to please settle down as we're about to start our program. May I also request the other staff, aides, and securities of our VIPs to please stay outside as we're practicing social distancing.
Tapos sasabihin mo, there's no single solution to being a Pasig leader. Kasi marami na mapapasagin na adobe dyan. Kasi yung adobe, galing yung sa mababaw, 2 meters lang, adobe na. Kaya na ito na mas doon. Kaya kailangan mapasagin niya lahat ng kanyabay niya para alisin yung mabra.
Malapit na matapos. Next pa sana. Makalimutan tayo.
Reminder everyone, please practice social distancing and wearing of face masks and face shields is a must. Please silence your mobile phones as well. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Crystal Ira Inocencio of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Manila Bay Coordinating Office. And I am proud to welcome you to the MOA signing and launching of the Pasig River Dredging Project atop a river program. To start off our program, may I request everyone to please stand for the prayer to be followed by our national anthem.
Loving Heavenly Father, we come to you this hour, asking for your blessing and help as we are gathered together. We pray for guidance in matters at hand, and ask that you truly show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask you would challenge each other to reach higher and farther the best we can be. We ask this in the name of God. Amen.
Settle down. I would like to acknowledge the presence of everyone who is present in today's event. DENR Secretary Roy A. Simati. SMC President Ramon C. Ang. MMDA Chairman Benjamin Abalos Jr. City of Manila Mayor Francisco Moreno Dumagos. City of Mandaluyong Mayor Carmelita Aguilar Abalos. DPWH Asset Antonio Molano Jr. DILD Yusek Etimaco Delsin III. PCG Commander Crisanto Anas. Senior Vice President and Head of San Miguel Infrastructure Business, Attorney Lorenzo Formoso. Vice President and Project Manager for Tuliahan and Pasig River Dredging, Engineer Jaime Lee. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of all our undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, directors, and friends from San Miguel Corporation. To give us his welcome remarks, may I call on DENR Undersecretary Attorney Jonas R. Leonas.
Isang magandang araw at makaligasang araw po sa ating lahat. Nabati na po yung ating mga guests and parties. So, if you will recall, not so long ago, we have forged similar agreement with the DNR and the San Miguel Corporation. The purpose of that MOA, friends, is to rehabilitate and dredge one of the dirtiest, not the dirtiest river system connected to Manila Bay, which is the Tulyakan River. I'm proud to say, I'm happy to say, to inform the body that as of now, the dredging activity in Tulyakan has already been 2 kilometers, and then we were able to collect a total of 1,200 metric tons of garbage. Today, very significant event, because we will be highlighting another collaboration and partnership between these two parties, DENR and San Miguel. Now we will be rehabilitating one of the renowned rivers in the country, which is the Pasig River. I say renowned because remember when we were young, may kanta pa dyan anak ng Pasig naman kayo. So I think it's very, very appropriate and very fitting that we will now be having the signing today to rehabilitate this historic Pasig River. Under this MOA, the DNR will be providing technical expertise, while the San Miguel Corporation will be providing additional manpower support and dredging equipment in the amount of 1 billion pesos. So we just hope, and with that initiative, we are very thankful to San Miguel that tinutulungan po ang ating pamahalaan, particularly ang DNR, to rehabilitate this river system, which is in support to our effort to finally clean Manila Bay. So we just hope and pray that other private sectors will also follow suit, because the DNR and the government cannot do it alone without the private sector support. So with that, magandang umaga po at mabuhay po.
Thank you, Yusek Leones. Now to give us the project introduction, may I call on SMC Project Manager, Engineer Jaime Olu.
DENR Secretary Roy Tumato, our President, Mr. Ramon Ang, MLA Chairman Pedro Avalos, Mayor Isko Moreno, and Mayor MC Avalos, and we have also Yusek Dredging from BLG, and Commander Pisano Anas from Philippine Coast Guard, and of course also all other officials and guests from the various government agencies, and colleagues from San Miguel Group. If you would allow me, I could remove my mask kasi nagpapak yung salamin kapag mayroon. No? Anyway, pleasant good morning to all. Of course, SMC under the leadership of Mr. Ramon Ang, no? In partnership with DNR, together with different government agencies like DPWH, MMDA, DILG, Philippine Coast Guard, and others, are again embarking on another river cleanup and dredging program, similar to the ongoing Tulyakan dredging that we're doing right now. No? So with Pasig and Tulyakan, these are the two largest river systems flowing out of Manila Bay. And this is part of the Manila Bay cleanup program of the DNR, led by DNR. No? So some basic facts. The Pasig River is about 27 kilometers long and connecting the Laguna de Bay to Manila Bay. No? And its main tributaries is Marikina River and San Juan River. And it passes through 4 different cities, which is Pasig, Makati, Mandaluyong, and Manila. Several government-initiated programs have already been implemented in the past. No? We can already see some improvements and the results of this cleanup and beautification programs along the Pasig River. With our Pasig River project now, we seek to complement these efforts by further improving the flow of water along the Pasig River through the deepening or dredging of shallow portions and widening the narrow parts. This will address the flooding issues along the river and its tributaries. No? improve the navigability, and and also help bring the river back to life. No? So far, we have already conducted bathymetric and depth survey, no, along the river, as you could see on the chart, in order for us to identify which part of the river, no, are shallow and narrow, so that we can address this first. No? And as you could see there, that there are several parts or many areas, no, which is even 1 to 2 meters deep. This includes the one here in Panlacan, Paco area, Makati, Estrella area, near C5 Road, and also near EDSA. No? We will be working again with DPWH, no, to establish a dredging plan. No? And this is to define the cross-section and the target depth that we will dredge in Pasig River. No? This target depth will enable us to meet the hydraulic capacity so that we can handle the heavy rainfall during extreme weather. We will also be conducting soil tests at different locations along the river to determine the level of toxicity or presence of heavy metals from silt collected at the bottom of the river. This will help us identify the proper approach in relocating these dredge materials and find the better use for it. No? So, in this regard, we will work closely with DENR to evaluate the soil test results and secure ECC for the relocation site that is suitable for the quality of the soil that we will gather from the river. We will have 2 sets of equipment. The first set is similar to the equipment that we are using at the Tulyahan River project. These are for the removal of garbage from the bottom of the river, which includes the large backhoes placed on a special barge designed by our chairman, President Mr. Ang, no? The H barge that can easily dip up to 6 meters deep. And hopper barges that will load the dredge material pushed by the tugboat, and then will be received on land now by the backhoes and the dump trucks. And this will be transferred to the designated relocation site. We also have another set of equipment, and this is for the high volume dredging. Now, because the river, Pasig River, is a much bigger river system than Tulyahan River. No? This includes a cutter suction dredger, the one on the right, which cuts large chunks of solid, even mga adobe, no? You can cut it and suck those materials and bring it to the hopper barge. No? So we will be using a much larger hopper barge, 800-ton hopper barge, so that we can move bigger volume. No? And this will be also transported in a designated site that is suitable. We have identified the initial staging area for operation, see in the picture, which we would later visit, not for those who would like to see after this meeting. And this is at the former Pandacan oil terminal, which is just 2 to 3 minutes away from this place. No? We plan to start dredging in the identified narrow portions of the river, and so that we can immediately address the bottleneck, no? So that we can immediately improve the flow of the river. So with the support and cooperation of DENR, DPWH, MMDA, and the various government units, local government units, we will be able to achieve our objective to improve the flow of water that passes through Pasig River and minimize the flooding in Metro Manila. And of course also help keep the Pasig River clean, through properly controlling disposal of sewage and waste to the river. So that's all. Thank you and magandang umaga po sa lahat.
Thank you, Engineer Yu, for the project introduction. Being the city host, may I request Honorable Mayor of the City of Manila, Mayor Francisco Moreno Dumagoso.
Maraming salamat sa tagapagpakilala. Sa ating pong minamahal na sekretary ng bansa at ang partner ng Maynila. Nagpalinis ng Manila Bay. Ako at to the DENR family, we've been working hand in hand for the past 2 years and a half straight while they're introducing big development in our own little way to cooperate and sync our effort in cleaning the body of water in Manila. Araw-araw naman ang partner niya, si Kenneth Amorao, ang aming mga DPS. Kasama ang MMDA, andyan po si Chairman Abalos, si GM Jojo, and MMDA team also. We are doing the creek, Paseco, and Manila Bay. Manila Bay every day. Umulat, umagyo. Pinipilit namin labanan yung nature. Yung habits na lang ang kailangan magbago. Nature is, as you can see, Manila Bay is a cove area. So naturally, yung palo sa dalampasigan o sa pantalan, sasapuin ng mga Metro Manila City, including specifically Manila. Kaya maraming salamat, Secretary Simato and Chairman Abalos. Thank you very much. Sa ating pong minamahal na Presidente ng San Miguel, to the San Miguel family, and of course, Petron family, President Ramon S. Ang, at ang ex-girlfriend ni Chairman Abalos, ex niya po ito, ex-girlfriend, kasi asawa niya na ngayon. Ang aking pong masigasig na kasama sa Metro Manila, si Ma'am Menchi, si Mayor Menchi. Good morning, Mayor. To Yusek Densing, from DILG, to the DILG family, Yusek Mixcuna, at sa DPWH, at saka si Gerard, yung nana ko sa DPWH. Mga pulis at iba pang mga bisita ngayong araw na ito, I'll make it quick. Mr. Ramanang, DNR, on behalf of the people of Manila, with regard to the 27 kilometers Pasig River effort to clean the Pasig River, and portion of it is Manila. So, taos-puso po ang aming pasasalamat sa San Miguel Corporation at DENR. Thank you very much po sa inyong kapuluyan mo. Sa mga kababayan kong nandito, matagal-lungsod, sa mga nanonood, wala pong toss gas ang Maynila Tolits. Laway-laway lang. Kaya rest assured, DNR family, whatever you did will be maintained by the city. We will not put it into waste just for the sake of doing picture taking and all other shenanigans. Once you did it, we will maintain it. Once you do it, we will consistently and persistently maintain it. As you can see, kung total nami-miss nyo na mag-beach, di ba? Sino gusto nito magbakasyon? Nami-miss nyo na, no? Bawal-bawal pa, medyo maigpit pa, no? Huwag na kayong lalayo. Welcome kayo sa Paseco Beach. No? Malinis po. nako, por Diyos por Santo, you have no idea how it was before President Duterte, before Secretary Simato, and before we assumed the local chief executive office, and before as General Lim and now Chairman Abalos. Naku, Diyos ko, bandihado, sigurado, maapaka mo, lulusot pa ang paa mo, basura pa lang yun. But now, and I challenge each and every one of you, in our own little way, Coast Guard, DENR, MMDA, and the City of Manila, continue to sustain and maintain what we have started 2 years ago. And that is a guarantee na hindi masayang ang pera ng San Miguel, na bilyong-bilyong piso ang ilalagay dito sa paglilinis ng ilog. We will make sure that tributaries, the fish bones of Pasig River will be continued to be maintained by the city government and with the help of MMDA. All solid materials will be collected daily and thanks to our external rangers. That is our own little share to your kindness, to the national government, and to the local government. Muli, maraming salamat. Welcome po kayo sa Manila.
Thank you, Mayor Isko, for the message. Next, to give his message of support, a round of applause to the Honorable Chairman of the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, Chairman Benjamin Abalos Jr.
Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Unang-una po sa ating easily a friend of the family, he is a visionary. Ang dami niyang proyekto na nakatulong sa Kalakang Maynila. He's a person with a good heart, really a good heart. Ang aking po binabanggit na presidente ng San Miguel Corporation, si Mr. Ramona. I've got the opportunity of working with him. He's a very humble person, and yet he's very hardworking, and he makes sure everything is done right. No? Talagang yung sinasabi ni Mayor Isko po kanina, talagang ang laki po ng binagbago ng ating environment because of this person. Ang binabanggit ko po si Secretary Roy Simato, sir. Ang ating magaling, masipag at nakikilama kung paano siya magsalita. He's very hardworking. Ang ating pong kaibigan si Mayor Isko Moreno. Ang babaeng bumihag ng aking puso, nung ako'y 18 years old pa lang. Lima na ho ang aming apo. Pero sa totoo lang, kung maski mabuhay ako na sandang taon, siya pa rin makakasama. Yay! Kita mo, Yorme, ha? Ganyan lang yan. Ang aking may bahay po, si Mayor Menchi Abalos. To all of my fellow public servants, sa San Miguel family, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Actually, if you are welcome to Metro Manila, it's made up of about 273 tributaries. I'm talking of canal, rivers, and steps. And this is equivalent to about 700 kilometers of natural waterways. About 1,000 kilometers of man-made tributaries. Ito po yung mga man-made na canal. So you're talking of 1,700 waterways. How many pumping stations do we have? We have about 67 pumping stations. We've got 64 and 3 brand new. And how many are devoted to the Pasig River? We have about 11 devoted to the Pasig River. And how many employees do MMDA have for this? We only have 1,000 employees devoted to flood control, 300 at the offices, and 700 are deployed on the field. 700 manning 1,700 kilometers of waterways. What am I driving at? What we need right now is a strong partnership, a strong synergy, the dynamics of partnership between private and government. At ako'y nagpapasalamat, and really, San Miguel has always been our partner, the government's partner, in all aspects of governance. No? Hindi lang sa ecology, sa lahat ng bagay, kalusugan, sa lahat po. And this will foster not only strong partnership, but likewise, promote the participation of the other sectors of government. Sa totoo lang po, kami sa Mandaluyong, mababa po ang aming lungsod. No? Sa may munisipyo namin, basta tumaas na ang Pasig River, hindi na makalabas. Hindi na talaga makalabas. Kaya sa munisipyo na yun, talagang grabe ang baha sa amin yung araw. That is why MMDA, before with Chairman Bayani, made this San Francisco pumping station. Kami po ay natutuwa at ito i-dredge na finally. But again, I'm appealing, maski anong itong partnership natin ay ideal, but at the end of the day, what is important is changing the mindset of the people. Kanina dumaan kami ng misis ko at nakita namin yung basura na naman. That is why I'm requesting yung aming technical people, probably San Miguel would also help me here. If we can have a catchment, mga nets deployed all over. Because if we're going to look at all of these waterways, especially if it rains, ang daming basurang nagpo-flow. Kung minsan nagtuturuan hindi amin ang basura niyan, kay ganito yan, dahil tuwing umuulan talagang dumadako lang po yan. So what is important probably is to have in strategic areas, catchments, it could be net. So I'm having my technical team start this. And not only that, speaking of garbage, to lessen garbage, I've already requested the 3 private contractors of garbage to construct a waste-to-energy field in their own, sa kanilang mga garbage dump site to avert itong pagdami ng basura. No? And at the same time, I'm encouraging everyone to go into this recycling program. With this, talaga mawawala ang ating baha. Ulit, ako'y nagpapasalamat sa San Miguel, hindi lang sa baha, yung mandate po namin sa traffic, Mr. Ramon Ang, sa totoo lang, major factor yung ginawa yung NLEX and XLEX connection road. Napakalimbayan. It's one of the biggest factor bakit po nawala ang traffic sa EDSA. No? So sa inyo pong lahat, it's a happy day, again, for another partnership between government and private. We firmly support this partnership. Mabuhay.